Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the vlog. Today is going to be different. We are not going to be fitting anything into the car, we're not going to be shooting anything, we're not going to do any behind the scenes. We are going to review a product. Now, the reason why I want to review this is because, see, I don't normally do this kind of stuff, but I've been waiting for this thing for a year and a half now, and it finally came. So it started on Indiegogo. I funded a campaign on Indiegogo for this specific product. Basically, the promised time kept changing. It was just finished last November and I finally got it shipped. Now, I bought it before my travel to Bali and when I first did my vlogging. So this was supposed to actually be a big part of my vlogging, which it didn't end up being. So I finally got it. What is it? I'm about to open it. Right, first of all, I can definitely tell you it is a GoPro gimbal. Alright. I got myself just a basic bundle, which is it's just the actual thing, but they give me a free battery anyway. I think because of the delays and stuff, they kept giving free stuff. First of all, packaging. It is called the Removu S1 Smartest Gimbal Stabilizer for GoPro. Now, you open this box. You have yourself a hard case by Removu. Everything's kind of packed really nicely. It's really cool. Got a must read, which I can't be bothered. Some stickers. And the manual. Put that to the side. Now, at the top, there's a little pocket, which is just USB cable. You've got yourself the GoPro housing. Guessing the waterproof housing. You open the cover, and you've got yourself the gimbal. Alright, so this here is the gimbal itself. Got yourself a screen there for all the modes, the buttons for the modes. It's really well built. It's kind of aluminium, steel kind of built. There's no plastic or anything like that, which is freaking awesome. And it also comes with the handle. Now they just kind of clunk on. That's the battery. Ta-da! Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Alright, so this is the gimbal. Turn it on. Put the GoPro on with the naked housing. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Look at that. I mean, it's pretty steady, right? Could also go change modes to follow, and when it's follow, it'll follow wherever I go. To wherever direction I put it. Now, I could also do lock mode. So, say if I do this for selfie, unlock it, no matter what I do, it'll stay in that position. Alright, I just want to kind of go through the individual things with the gimbal first before we go out and actually start shooting some stuff and show you how it actually performs. Now, the why is it I got this? First of all, I never really wanted to buy a gimbal because I think they're quite expensive. This came up on the market from Indiegogo very cheap when you were funding the campaign. I think I ended up only paying like 200 Australian dollars for a brand new gimbal. Something like this still has no competition in the market, to be honest. See, the first one that kind of came out was the Feiyu that got really famous. That was amazing only because of the slim design and the simplicity of it, and I love the fact that it is like that, but it does get quite a bit buggy. Now the version 2 I've never tried. I've only tried my friend's version 1. You also got the DJI gimbals, and then they came out with the Osmo with the camera itself. But they were really expensive, and then this came out and it was amazing. It wasn't just the price that made me like this. It's the fact that you get the whole thing. See, the design was great because in a way it's the most adaptable gimbal I find in the market right now, and I'll show you why. Because this actually has different parts, 3 different parts actually. First of all, oh, it's quite tough, which is good. Bit too tough. Okay. First of all, you have the handle. Now, the handle comes in 2 pieces, which becomes another second piece, really. This handle gives you a remote. Now, this remote is great, and I've looked around, and it's a pretty cool design, actually. The remote's actually held by these 2 little magnets at the top that just kind of attach itself to the top of the handle. So you kind of slide it in, pops back in, pop the bottom out, pops back out. Now this remote works and controls the gimbal itself. As far as I see, you can change the modes by pressing it, and then you also have a joystick to go around, pan, tilt, and stuff like that, which is amazing and great when you have your gimbal remotely from yourself. What's so good about the handle? I like getting a detachable handle. A detachable handle means your gimbal can go down in size when you don't need the actual handle. But there's another thing that's really good about this handle. If you unlock the bottom, you get yourself a dual micro SD or SD card slot. So 1 SD card slot and 2 micro SD card slots. So you can, store your memory cards to your GoPro without using a bag. That's actually really smart and a little quirky. Let's go to the gimbal itself. Now, the gimbal's a bit bulky. Okay, so one of the things that I don't like about this is because it is bulky, but then I understand it has to be bulky for the things that they're going to give it to you. The gimbal itself is this unit here, attached to a 3-axis. The biggest selling point for me when I bought this, or when I funded this, is how adaptable this gimbal is. Not only attached the GoPro onto the gimbal, everything is about GoPro for them. It's a universal mount. So this is attached to GoPro to the gimbal, but the gimbal has a GoPro mount as well. So think about it this way. All right. This is the gimbal. You can attach it to a car mount from a GoPro car mount, and it'll go onto the car itself. You can attach this to a tripod with a GoPro tripod mount, and it'll attach to itself. You can put this on a suction cup, you can put this on a rig, you can put this on basically anywhere in the GoPro mount. You can also put this on your helmet when you put the GoPro mount on your helmet. Wherever you were planning to put your GoPros in the first place, now you can add the gimbal with the same mount. That was a big selling point. Alright, now just imagine this is attached to a car, or this is attached to a windscreen of a car with a GoPro rig, right? It's remote, you're away from it, you're driving, you want to change it with this. It's pretty cool. See, the cool thing is that everything came with the whole package. You don't have to add on anything. There's no accessories, there's no nothing. This can also do a low angle shoot. All you have to do, twist it in front over. Now the GoPro is facing this way, you just got to twist it this way. Now you got yourself a low angle GoPro. Pretty happy with it, even though it came late. Quality is really good. This is also splash proof. It is a bit waterproof, it's just not dive proof. So if you have anything that happens to this thing, you can actually just rinse it with water. That's pretty awesome, because the thing is, your GoPros from Hero 4 to Hero 5 is already splash proof. Hero 5 is complete waterproof, but Hero 4 Black, if you guys have like me, it's splash proof, meaning that before, the other gimbals, when you're using your GoPros, it rains, the GoPro can take it, but the gimbal cannot. With this, the gimbal can take rain, the gimbal can take a little bit of a splash, as long as it's not kind of salt water. Really, salt water is pretty bad for it. So if you're around the pool and stuff, you're still pretty fine, as long as you're not diving with it. attach it to a car, attach it to the helmet, it starts raining, you're still good. No worries on that. So there's only one thing left to do. Take this out for a bit of a shoot. Test that out. Give you guys to see what the product looks like. And I've got a new little subject for you guys to see. Alright, so we're ready to go out and have a bit of fun and shooting with this new gimbal. But today we're not going to be in the Clio and we're not going to be in the MX5. We're going to have a bit of a different subject for you guys today. We've got something new in the garage. We've got this. That's right. New addition to the garage. This is the SQ5 Plus. I think it's the Plus. Alright, so everything will be shot in the GoPro today. Just because trying to try this out, I guess I'll stay natural to what this will be shooting like. No microphone, no nothing, just a pure GoPro. Just thought I'll go into the car now without the gimbal itself, just to kind of show you what it's like without the gimbal. Bit of comparison, walking motion and moving around, all the kind of shakes that you get out of GoPro, especially going inside the car. And here we go. So what are we doing today? I just thought I'll drive out and actually test the GoPro out with this new gimbal. Yes, we do have the new car today, the SQ5. It's amazing, it's comfortable, it's quick, but not really gonna talk about the car today because that's not what we're here for. We are talking about the gimbal. I actually have I'm not gonna be able to know what these footage looks like, obviously, because that's just how the GoPro works. I don't have any kind of show of what it looks like and how the gimbal quality is, so I'm hoping that in the edit I'll see later that it'll be good. But I mean, it is smoothie as hell right now, right? It's hard to kind of keep it almost still though, but it's not shaky, that's the thing. But yeah, and it's easy to use, so that's a good thing as well. Right now I'm actually just kind of driving around, and then this is just facing me. Usually this would be really shaky, really bad, but now it's actually kind of, you know, it feels really smooth. At the same time, if I want to control it with the controller, I can. The controller is completely full-time connected if you turn it on. A big runabout turn just then, so the pan mode obviously you're gonna follow around. But see, usually if I want to control it, I can just use the controller right now as it's facing me. It'll go up. And it can also go down while shooting and on the pan mode. So that part's actually kind of that part's actually kind of cool, because it's a nice little feature that lets you control things as things go. Just wonder what it kind of looks like image wise if I just like usually like when you're kind of driving really bad roads, it'll be like shaking like this. I just wonder what it looks like, the image, you know, later on in the computer. That'll be interesting to see. I keep it steady, and then all of a sudden we keep it steady, and all of a sudden we do a crazy acceleration. It's still really steady. Just kind of using this GoPro right now, freehand like this. Sometimes as a vlogger, I do use my GoPro in the car to kind of capture this kind of whole journey and, you know, road trip kind of sensation. And it does get a bit really annoyingly shaky, and this I hope this would kind of delete that. I could quickly just kind of go to the windscreen instead and get the road, and then go back straight to the steering wheel. You know, if I really have, like, you know, friends behind me, I can quickly go straight to the side mirror and capture some of that. Maybe just a little bit of the actual car while driving. Even the rearview mirror. Hello. There is a one kind of con for having a gimbal as opposed to just a bare frame on the GoPro, is that you know, with anything that's motorized like a gimbal, this is something that I found out as well with, you know, working with the Ronin, compared to a Steadicam, is that it's just not as quick because you do have to set it up. You have to set up the modes, you have to set up the positions, you have to set up everything. With a gimbal, with like with a Steadicam, or with a bare kind of just a pole or something with the GoPro, you can just point at things, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, change shots straight away and move to a completely different shot, a completely different angle very quickly. With this one, you kind of have to change everything. You know, you got to position it first and then tilt the camera first. Wait until the whole motorized gimbal kind of settles and all that kind of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, the shots are probably going to come up really amazing because it is super smooth. And it's one of the best gimbals I've ever tried on, to be honest. But there is a con as well, and I think it doesn't replace handshot stuff, but it sure does complement the whole video. There's a bump. Wonder how that looked. Another shot that I usually use the GoPro for is getting out of the car kind of shot in my vlogs. It usually gets really pretty kind of shaky and really long, so let's test this out. This is also a pretty tight space, so let's see. A breeze. Alright, it's kind of windy out here. I don't know how the audio is going to be, but walking shot test. So it looks like when it's walking in a pan mode, so it still tries to kind of keep it center, but sometimes it does kind of follow in a little bit later. Running mode. Let's see how it does running mode with me in the face. Much it, guys. I'm hoping that these footages are actually quite good and quite proving of how good this gimbal actually feels. I know the video was a bit short, and also the video didn't have too much on cars or anything like that, like my usual videos, but I just got this thing, you know, for a long time, for a very long time. I've been waiting, so I kind of got excited and just wanted to do a video. Yeah, I mean, I really should do a video on, you know, another vlog on the SQ5, a bit of a review of what it's like. But if you guys do like that, just give me a shout out. And there are new additions in the garage as well, apart from this one. So cool and exciting new videos coming up soon. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching.